What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode, what is it, 10 or 11?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Just another episode.
Everyone's having a great night, day. Here we are. What is it, like 11 p.m.? We got
You
to
say one more time and I'm going to kill you.
one more time. All right, my bad. Excited to have a little podcast today.
Absolutely,
tonight.
absolutely. It's a little late. It's like 11 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I want to get back to actually uploading every Wednesday. So I was like, Danny, we got to record. Let's upload. We have to be consistent. We have to be consistent with our craft.
Consistent is key, no matter what it is. Training, learning.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is.
And
eating.
I really want to just up our content in this next month. I think I want to just think outside the box with my Instagram, with my TikTok, with my YouTube. I just purchased a new mic and 2 small mics, so we can do videos together where we're talking, just having fun.
I'll hold it.
Because I think that we have a good, interesting relationship where we're like brothers and we're both athletic. We're both kind of doing the same thing, and people don't really the Trent twins are really blowing up recently. You know what I mean?
Bro, 2 weeks ago they have a video they posted 2 weeks ago, 550K views
on YouTube.
Like that. Before they had I don't know, not nearly as many
No,
views.
dude, they just
now they
took
just
off.
blew up. Now you scroll through TikTok and you see random pages making memes at it
it's
sick,
crazy because they've been at it for a while. They've been at it for the past 2.5 years.
And honestly, I had a feeling like this was gonna happen. I had a really good feeling. I would watch some of the videos. And just recently they were in Alex Eubank's video. This was before they started really blowing up a few weeks ago. I'm like, bro, this is it, bro. For them, this is
gonna be
they're gonna go crazy, yeah.
And it's crazy that literally they could have, in theory, quit a month before all this.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, oh, okay, you know what?
It's not working.
I don't think they would have. They were still doing good. They were still doing fantastic.
Yeah.
But really, they really just.
I want to see how many subscribers they have on YouTube now. I remember, they had a good amount though before this. They did,
but they just 5x'd.
they literally 5x.
Grew.
Wow, dude! I checked a week and a half ago. They were at 120.
And they're at what now?
281.
Bro, yeah, because they collab with Larry Wheels too.
Yeah, 2 days ago 180. 4 days ago 280. 400 12 days ago. Yep, 550 2 weeks ago.
Bro, we're gonna do that too.
Oh yeah, no, this is just really cool seeing it happen in real time.
It's
awesome. It's you're living in it. You know
what's a very interesting perspective? When I was younger and I'd watch YouTube videos, let's say you search up how to grow your chest. The first videos you're gonna see are all gonna be things that have
just keeps going, bro.
Yeah, the first 10 videos are gonna be videos that have done well on YouTube, right? So, literally, my whole entire childhood, I thought that you'd post and I guess I didn't have an understanding that there's a bunch of videos that don't do good, and then there's the videos that do good, and that's what you see.
Yeah.
So it's how do you get in front of people like me, the person, that little kid me, when I would search something up and my video would show up. I want to get to that level where I'm the mainstream. I'm the mainstream content. So.
You don't have to search me up to see me. It's right there.
Right now we're still, you got to search me up to find me. Yeah. And I want to get to the point where hey, you're a trending podcast,
Yeah.
And that's going to take time, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. I've actually accepted that things are hard. I've accepted that. I have faith in myself that I can figure out a way to win in literally every aspect of my life, but I've accepted that things aren't easy at the same time as they are. But you know what I mean?
100%. You have to really kind of put that in perspective, though. You can't just apply that to whatever you want. You have to think about it deeply. One thing I've been working on crazy was actually being okay with things. I think we talked about this on an earlier podcast, but I'm okay with things not going my way, or if I don't feel good today, or if I didn't do something that I really wanted today. If I tried, okay, that's good. But that helps me sleep now. That helps me not have crazy stress. I can eat more now because now I'm just not bugging myself, going crazy mentally. I feel better mentally. Still a lot of things struggling, but that's never going to change, But it's cool to see progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, couldn't agree more with you there.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up a topic on today's podcast, and it was the topic is to be a fan of yourself first. And I have learned in the past couple of months, maybe year as well, but definitely in the past couple of months, how important it is to be confident and be a fan of yourself. Really believe in what you're saying, what your message is, what you're producing, like, I'll give you some examples. Like Liver King, I've been saying like a lot. Liver King, for example, is somebody that had such a different unique like perspective on like fitness and life and the tendons and liver and raw meat, you know, and all his stuff.
Vegetable sucks.
But like that was his thing, and he was such a unique thing. There are so many people in the social media space at the moment doing fitness, for example. 3 years ago, like, it was only on the come up. When I was in high school, like 4 or 5 years ago, no one had a fitness account.
Yeah, it was
When
weird.
I was in high school, I didn't make a fitness account because I thought people would think it's weird. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, even when I first did it too, it was weird.
So like
in reality, like a solid like 2-3 years ago, not a lot of people did it. 2 years ago, maybe it's debatable, but
No, I would say it's the better. 2 years ago, like, bro, it was mainstream almost already.
no, but like I remember when it was first popping, like when me and you first like really got into it, there wasn't that many people doing it. Like, sure, there was the big heads.
Nah,
No, there was the
bro,
big
There
heads.
was still a ton of people. Like,
I'm talking about
and-
people my age.
but okay, sure, maybe that's the exception. People that are 15, 16. But the space is saturated, man. Like, you go to Instagram, bro, and also it's quite interesting. Like,
Everybody,
we see this because we're so into this space. Like, I don't go on my regular Instagram account anymore. I all I see is other fitness accounts on my feed. So I guess I'm also coming from that perspective. But still, like, for me to stand out in this space, I have a great physique. I have an insane physique. I'm 220 pounds. I look freaking lean.
but
and I'm
that's
strong.
not enough, sadly.
Like, bro, that's not enough. Like, that won't cut it, bro. That's like the bare minimum. That's literally the bare minimum now to try to make it in this space.
Yep.
So I'm literally sitting here like, okay, I have the physique, I have the strength levels, I have a fairly attractive face. Like, I'm not ugly, which is great. But okay, so that's nothing. Like, that doesn't get me anywhere. So I'm just trying to think. I'm like, how do I stand out? Like, how do I stand out to a point where like I bring a different perspective to the game, like the way Liver King did, or like the way some other content creators are kind of just, you know, doing their thing.
And the thing is, the hardest part of finding a new tactic is that when you think of something, and it could be any idea, you kind of shut it down immediately in your head because you're like, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. But you don't know if it's gonna work. It's just like when I think of something, I'm like, no, that's not it. You know. But you never know. That's why you have to make a little bundle.
So let me tie this into what I first said, kind of being a fan of yourself. Like, so yeah, that's step one. Step one is like, how do I be a little different? Step two is like having so much confidence and faith in what you're saying, what you're producing, who you are, to the level of you're meeting somebody that has made in the space, or you're meeting somebody that has 10x the reach you have, or 100x the reach they have, and you're 100% confident in who you are. Mm-hmm. You're just sitting there, unfazed. Like, bro, I want to get there, you know? Because even with my small, like, growth so far, I'll be like, for example, even just like being around Marco Spaziano from Inaka. Like, it's hard for me to be 100% confident and certain and absolute, like, like, dude, yes, this is me type feeling. Because, like, he just has so much more success than me almost, you know? Mm-hmm. So I know for myself, I haven't found exactly what I want to be at in this space. I haven't found it yet. I'm just being honest. I don't think I have. Mm-hmm. Because in that moment where I'm with Marco and he has found who he is kind of,
it's a different story.
Now I know for a fact I don't have it, because in that moment if I had it, I would know. Mm-hmm. And that's when I kind of felt it. That's when I first started thinking about this really deeply.
That's a good point.
Like, if you were in a room with Lex Little, Gabe Douche, Max Taylor, and all these other big young LA guys, top biggest ones, how confident would you be in yourself? Would you be like, bro, I'm the man?
Hell no.
Like, you just be like, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't do too much talking, because unless I get really comfortable soon, because they would treat me like family, whatever. But knowing what I've accomplished is not enough. I feel like that's the mental block there that you're talking about. There's always there's more to accomplish. Yeah. You could have done more.
Of course.
You could be doing more. And when you're in a room like that with these guys that have crazy influence, crazy reach, crazy success, that puts in perspective that you are not there.
I know. And the thing, too, is like you're saying, okay, maybe you didn't do enough. But, like, at what point is that going to be not a thing anymore?
Enough to, like, fit in. with that group
Yeah.
of people. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Enough to
Okay.
fit in. There's
Okay.
always more to 100%,
Right.
but like enough to fit in with that
Right.
group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, it's tough. And
it is really tough.
so my goal in the next 2 months, really 3 months, is to like meditate with like meditate and really figure out, okay, like who really am I? You know what I mean? So I don't know about you, man, but that's definitely gonna be something I'm gonna be working on in the process of me kind of just spewing out a little more content and trying to be a little more creative and unique and original. And on top of that, like there have been some things in my life that have happened in the past month that is starting to change the way I'm thinking as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to like think of ideas of what we can do now, so I'm going on loops in my head.
As in like talk?
No. I'm talking about like
for content.
Yeah.
Dude. It's tough. Like I think tomorrow I'm gonna literally grab a suit and squat in a suit, bro. Like make some meme out of it. Like literally, I don't know.
I'm thinking of something more. This actually came an idea during class. Some teacher was talking about how furniture she was moving in her house, and like the people that were doing it for her were scratching up her like tiles or whatever. I forgot what she was talking about. But I'm like, I said, oh, I just do it myself or with my brother. I was like, what if we make a video of that, of like someone, like your parents being like, oh, I gotta call the people, the moving people, or like something, and we get up and we're like, nah, you got us, and we're just moving some big ass like couch or like something like super easy, super like I don't know.
Kind of like
it doesn't have to be that,
like
but
a
like
skit, like a
yeah,
skit.
a
You're
little
saying like
skit.
skits, yeah.
But like
That
a very
could work.
quick one. It doesn't have to be like, oh, this one and then this scene and then this. Like very quick.
Yeah.
You know,
let me make sure we're recording.
Yep. You have to.
I have to, because I remember that one time, bro.
Yeah, that one time.
That was pathetic.
The one time. Hey, I don't know what's going on with Young LA right now.
Is it going up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, dude. So if there's anybody out there that has good ideas, and I know we say this, but if you're out there and you have good ideas,
don't be shy, please. Like,
I'll
don't be shy.
I'll literally pay you. I'll literally pay you.
Yeah.
I'll pay you like $1.
Yeah.
$1 for a holla.
It doesn't have to be like no. It can't be.
I'll
just
give you a
like
gift card to Starbs or Dunks, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Man, but it's tough. It's tough out here to stand out, for real.
Everybody that's not in the space thinks you got it until they'll never realize it until they do it.
Right.
That there's so much more to do, man. Like,
yeah.
Like we are like right here, and we want to be like right here right now. You know, because there's so much things to like achieve and do and reach, and it's so tough to do.
You know what's another perspective that I thought of too? Being mainstream is going to get you a lot of growth.
Yeah.
But is that really necessarily the best path? Like if I really wanted to base my account on kind of like physical like winning in this materialistic world, I could actually cater my content to that and probably make it a lot further.
What do you mean?
Like if I catered my content to how I can get a lot of attention from women, like how I'm such a like a Chad.
But I feel like with that, the real people will see right through. Like they're just like whatever.
But do you agree that might easily get me more eyes?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
If you post a bunch of pictures with women, or make skits like Bradley Martin with a bunch of women,
like like if I'm just like squatting like hot women on my bar, you know what I mean? Like
if like if they're like holding onto your back while you're doing pull-ups, like dude, that's sick, bro. Like the back view of that. But like once you post that, there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, because I feel like now you have to one up it every time, and it's like, bro, how you gonna keep up one upping these?
Yeah, dude. Look at Bradley, dude. He has girls hanging off the sides of a barbell, and he's benching them. Like, dude, that's crazy. You know, how do you one up that? Put 2 girls on your back and you do push-ups, or like I don't know. He's done all of it. So what do you do now?
Dude, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But I think we can't be too hard on ourselves because we've only been at this for a year, really. And
yeah, but it feels like like you don't want it to slow down.
Yeah.
That's
how many followers
part.
did you have on Instagram on February 1st last year? 2,000? 2,500?
Yeah.
That's when you
that.
first started getting that
when
little
did we
wave.
go to Florida?
April.
Oh wow. So yeah, I had like I think I had like 2,000.
2,000.
And I remember that was like damn.
Yeah, you're I'm the
I have on my personal account I have 1,730 followers, and once I broke past that, I'm like, wow. That's crazy, because originally I thought like, bro, 1,700 people growing up, that's like a lot of people, you know. and like people have like 1,000 followers, so I had like a good amount compared to like everybody else. But then I broke past it. I'm like, wow, dude, that's crazy. I still remember having 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 followers. I remember that, and that felt so cool, man. Having the 8 and the 9 and then the K after that, it was like, that's such a crazy feeling, man.
Yeah, so we can't forget that literally a year ago, I'm at 4,000, you're at 2,000. We're babies in this space. But that being said, I will not slow down in finding ways to actually like help people at a level with a unique perspective that nobody's doing yet, and just standing out, because I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna go big, or
we are.
Or why do it in the first place? Like, honestly, this is.
Yeah. Why would you start, quit now, and then be like, dude, if I quit now, I'd have for the rest of my life. I know I'd have that like worst nagging in the back of my head, being like, why did you stop? Because once you stop for a few months, the momentum is gone.
Yeah.
You still have a little name, I guess. You still have an account, but you're like the momentum is gone.
Yeah.
There's no anticipation of like, oh, what's he gonna do next? Oh, no, he stopped.
Yeah.
And when you come back, it's kind of like a surprise, but it's like, what is he doing in a way?
Right.
It's weird, and it's a weird thing. I don't think about that often because I know I'm not gonna stop, but it's a good reminder to know that's what's gonna happen, and everybody's gonna be like, you'd be the guy that could do it to everybody, and that also kind of sucks.
When I first started, I would think to myself, when I'm gonna die one day, I'm gonna look back and say, I did it because I wanted to, and I don't want to be in my deathbed saying, why didn't I do what I could have done? I could have been. So now I can't stop because I'm going to look back and say, why did I stop? Like you're saying. So it's the same idea. Like I feel confident. I have faith in what I'm doing. That's the most important thing. As much as it's hard, because sometimes we get caught up in thinking small, really, because sometimes we'll get caught up by what somebody thinks that you've known for 8-10 years because you've grown around them, right? And they're saying something, and it's kind of nagging at you. It's coming at what you're doing, right? Like they're saying, oh, why are you posting this style of music with your videos? Like, why are you posting like this style of music in your YouTube videos or whatever it may be? And it's like, and those small things can really take you off track and take away from like kind of what your end term goal is, and like from the passion you're putting into the work you're putting, So.
And I feel like, as bad as it may sound to those people, it's not like I'm doing this for myself in a way. I'm doing this for the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this because I want everybody that's watching my stuff to listen to this music, and it's just a part of it. It's so hard to explain because it's not like something that you intentionally do as a bad thing.
Yeah.
There's no bad intention with it. There's no purpose to make someone think bad or do bad. It's just a part of it. I don't know how to explain it.
Are you 100% confident in yourself right now as who you are?
I
don't think I am. I don't think I am.
I'm okay with who I am.
Yeah.
But dude, confidence,
bro. Like I'm confident. But you know what, dude? You know what's scary? I'm scared to be the confident person I want to be because it scares other people. I'm in the room, bro, and I'm not at the confidence level that I want to be at, and they're already scared. They're already like acting intimidated.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna be the person I want to be, I'm like, dude, how are these people gonna react to who I really want to be? I'm fighting an identity. I literally feel like I'm fighting an identity crisis.
100%, bro. This is what happens when you're in this space, social media, trying to be somebody for other people. Like, this is what happens, bro. I'll tell you this, actually, hilarious, bro. I'm finally like confident, like not 100%, but I'm way more confident in school. Mm-hmm. And that's a place where you see the same people every single day. I used to not be confident at school. I would actually I did not like being at school because I don't like being around people that I knew, or I didn't like how they thought or whatever. I'm finally a lot more confident at school. And that's cool. That's really good. Until I'm in places with people that I don't know. And then the true confidence comes. And then that is not true confidence. Yeah. That is wow, I am not confident. That is that's the realistic version of your confidence, and it sucks. That's something to work on. But I mean, I guess starting with people is a good way to start. But
bro, I wish I could just be like, okay, but this is the cure. I don't know the exact remedy to of course take this completely out of, take this problem completely out of my life. But I think even from when I was in high school, I felt like I didn't have the confidence as people thought I had. So similar to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that
I'm finally tapping into it.
And I felt that it was very hard for me to fit in, bro. And I don't think that you have that problem because you're the man. Bro, you've been the man.
Yeah, but like
in your
you
high
said,
school,
it's
in this area, and like, bro.
But like you said, sometimes it's hard to have that.
And I'm not saying that you had the confidence because that's the case. I'm saying that kind of is the case. Like, not for everybody. Maybe some people think Danny's a POS. Like, I hate Danny. I'm sure that's the case still. Like, some people dislike you and everything. But I'm saying when I was in high school, I was nowhere near that kind of level of influence you have, right? So for me, like, fitting in, it was a completely different story than what it is for you. You know?
Yeah.
For example, if, let's say Naka calls me on a different trip, and I'm like, hey, my brother's going to come along. He's going to be my cameraman. Would it be easier for you to fit in coming along with me, or my first time showing up to them this Colorado trip?
Well, if you put like
you know
that,
what I mean?
obviously,
so there's different levels kind of to all of this, right?
Yeah.
Like, now if I see Marco at like Alpha Land, when I see him, boom, I'm like, hey, what's up, Marco? Like, how's it been, bro?
Yeah.
Right? Because there's just different, there's like, I guess there's different levels to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is when I was in high school, my confidence issues and my fitting in issues are just like so much different than yours. And I'm saying that I think it's hard for you to understand kind of how I felt when I was in high school.
Not really, though, because I have friends that people think that they have the confidence, but in reality, I know them deeply, and then they don't have the confidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
I have friends that people think he just slays girls every weekend, is the craziest partier. In reality, this guy is like a really down-to-earth guy that is not crazy. Like, he's actually such a good dude.
Are you talking about a different guy?
Some random guy, some guy that I know.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks like this guy just pulls and like he's a good looking dude, but in reality, this guy is just like, he's one of the boys. He's just like, he's just trying to live. But that's like, maybe that's a confidence issue. Maybe we all got confidence, but that's not. I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying there's always levels to it. I guess, dude. But I know what you're trying to say. So
not fully. The reason I'm kind of bringing that perspective up is because what I'm trying to say is like I had my struggles with confidence and fitting in and all that good stuff, and that has transitioned in who I am today. So I'm just trying to let you know that I'm coming from a place that maybe you don't really understand to the level you
never understand.
Yeah, because it's just like that's came along the past couple of years, transitioning from high school, which like we had a different high school experience. You know what I mean? You may understand, but like maybe not.
No, I know, I understand what you're trying to say, but I never experienced that. I know what you're saying. And
it's just so tough on like so many levels. But going back to like what I was saying, like be fit on yourself. Like I want to practice like actually being confident at the level that I want to be confident at, and like literally things are holding me back. The way people perceive me hold me back sometimes. You know what I mean?
The thing is, well, and another big thing that will kind of bother you once you find the key to like your confidence and stuff is people will start to think you're egotistic. That's a big thing for me.
And the thing, bro, that's a crazy thing though.
I
they
hate
think
that.
you're egotistical now.
Yeah.
And like I carry a certain level of ego. Sure, it's very small. It's a very small level of pride as well. I can't help it. It's sinful and it's there. And I try my best to control it, but it's gonna happen when you're winning all the time.
But it's funny because you are the bad guy, not everybody else that has the pride and everything else. Because you're the guy that did this. If you know what I mean.
You know what are you saying?
You are worse than everybody else in their eyes.
Yes.
Even though you're not, because everybody's just as bad.
Right.
But since you have the level of influence and you accomplish things that a lot of people haven't around you, you will automatically be the guy that's the worst with pride and ego and everything.
100%. So
that sucks.
That's what I'm saying. Like of course we're humans and we all have that little bit of of pride and
smack talks you. What do? You don't just like look away and like cry. No, you talk back.
Yeah.
Everybody has some sense of ego, pride, confidence, and whatever. But
it's so freaking tough, bro.
It is.
Because we have our whole entire childhood, we have been taught by our parents, by elders, by school teachers, by everybody we know that you have to be a certain way, you have to give off a certain image, and all these things, I'm finally breaking through. I'm finally breaking the shell. And now it's like one of the most weirdest moments in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to have an influence. I'm starting to have people listen to me. And I'm having a hard time listening to myself. Literally. I'm starting to have a hard time listening to who I want to be, which is crazy.
You know what's funny? I think a lot of people go through that experience, but it's almost too late for them. We, in the other hand, are free in a way to be able to tap into that mindset, tap into that zone of finally breaking out of that character that we're supposed to play. You know, it's in high school. It's hilarious, bro. Now I don't play the character that every little guy is supposed to play.
Because you're him now. Like
no, because I have the confidence to do that now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to get up and just sit with some random kid on the lunch table. No one wants to just get up or like just in general, like it's always in the moment, but nobody wants to just do that thing. Everybody's just gonna sit down, be on their phone or do the work and not say anything. Nah, bro, I don't do that. I can't do that anymore. I'm not trying to like prove a point or like do anything, but I'm saying like I think it's usually after high school that people tap into that when they realize that they don't have to play this part anymore in this play that we call life.
Yeah.
Around everybody.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, it's too late because now they're in college and they're in debt and then they have to play this part.
You either are an actor in the play or you start orchestrating the play.
Yep.
You start pulling the curtains and you start playing with. You start putting costume on people. And like you're the guy in charge.
You're the guy with the light that
you control the narrative.
You control the narrative. Yep.
You know, and like we're getting there, and it's crazy. And it's crazy.
The shift people don't talk about. And I think we should talk about it more. The shift that you go through.
There's a lot of things that have been on my mind, and that's just one of them. And that kind of ties into kind of like status, because I was going to talk about status as well. Like, it's a proven fact that like status is so important to literally absolutely every aspect in our life. The networking abilities you're going to have, the type of women that you're going to be able to attract, right? Mm-hmm. Literally just the type of job opportunities, like literally it's just crazy. And part of that status symbol comes down to how confident you are in your self-image. Mm-hmm. It's absurd.
Yep.
It's absurd, bro.
And this is not confidence about how you just talk. This is how you present yourself. This is how you look at people. This is how you just stand there unfazed, you know? This is it. Yeah. It's everything, man. It's hard, though. It's hard.
I'll give you a good example. Like, I've been in a room with Marco, and he has had more success than any of the other males in that room. So when women were with us and we're having conversation,
they
had a inclination of attention towards him that did not compare to the rest of the guys in that room.
And that's natural.
And it's just natural, just what it is.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's not the height thing because I'm taller than him, bro. I'm not mad at all. It doesn't matter, but it's just like the truth.
Yeah. And it goes the same for anything else. If there was another guy in there that had the same status as him, it would be to that guy.
Yeah.
Not because Marco doesn't look good or talk good or
whatever.
Doesn't
make enough, because that's not the case.
Yeah. If someone had more than him, it would be the same natural thing to that new guy.
Yeah.
And
if
it's
that
crazy.
Status was perceived to be higher, that the person with the higher status would have such a higher inclination of attention, respect, and bravado in the room. It's just
if you had $1 million and you drive like a Ferrari, that's like super extreme. Or okay, maybe even just like a regular like really cool car, and you have a crazy influence, have like 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
Is pretty well known. Sure, you could be new to the space, but you're like pretty well known. That would be more of like a battle between you two now. You know, or it'll just be more towards you. But like, this is just a natural way for girls. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. And like, I'm not saying it's always just money and the car you drive. There's so many factors. And confidence is a huge role in it. How you carry yourself, literally how you carry yourself. And that's something I'm going to be working on.
We could talk about confidence another time, but Confident doesn't mean you're always right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure this out. This is just a
Yeah.
conversation. Like, this has just been on my mind. And
And another thing is people are afraid to kind of like speak out because they don't want to be wrong, but it's literally fine to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. I'm wrong. Like
Yeah.
I'm wrong like
I'm
every day.
Yeah.
Like in school, bro. All the teachers know more about the subject more than me. That's a no-brainer, you know. But you have to be confident enough to kind of speak out and just try to say something or say what's on your mind. You know, try to learn something. They're probably gonna shut you down, you know. But that's what teachers do. They teach you things, you know. People with more experience teach you things, you know. You taught me things.
yeah, you taught me things too.
Exactly. You've experienced things that I've never experienced, and
Yeah.
that puts in perspective, maybe I want to do that now or whatever. If I never went to the gym, bro, and you did all this without me, and I'd just be in my game, like my room, literally 24/7, playing video games or just like whatever, doing the stuff I used to do, like bad, bro, I
Like
would probably not
like
talk
the
to
devil's
you.
lettuce.
Yeah, so chill. I probably
Oh shoot.
would not talk to you a lot, and that's not out of like hate,
Yeah.
but that's just out of like
You know what's crazy, bro?
sadness in myself.
So Austin Cole, you know, ATC Aesthetics.
Mhm.
He told me, like, we were having a conversation. He's like, bro, he's like, you're very lucky to be doing this shit with your brother. He's like, my brother, which is, because Austin's 19 and his brother's my age, 22. He's like, dude, I wish my brother was doing this, but, like, we have no relationship.
Yeah, we
Like
would have no
nothing.
relationship.
Because because what you're doing in life is such a far out contrast. We literally probably wouldn't have a relationship, you know? So, yeah,
And-
I'm hyped that you're doing the
and-
same thing.
And it sucks though because I know how it feels like to how do I say this? So if say your best friend is doing something crazy, no. Okay, I'll put it between me and you. Like if you were doing this, like I was saying, and I was doing nothing, it would be so like hurtful to like my ego and my everything to go up to you and be like,
Teach me.
or like yeah, like show me what you're doing, you know? And that's just being human.
Right.
Egotistical, you know, like that would hurt my ego,
It would hurt your pride.
hurt my pride, you know, because in my head, I think I'm doing fine to everybody. Yeah, I don't need this. In my back of my head, look at everything he's doing, man. I'm gonna try to learn a thing or
Yeah.
two, you know. But the hardest part is going up and being like, where do I start?
I've had friends that have, that have let their pride get to them and have experienced so much like hardships because of their pride. And I took that as a learning opportunity because if I didn't, because I've experienced my pride getting in the way of things, but it's just so sad to see. It's just so sad to see, bro.
Okay, yeah, sorry. It is sad to see though because I know people too that have like
Okay. I think we're kind of good over the hell. Like, I want to bring up a different topic though.
Yeah,
That was a great conversation.
that was great. Yeah.
Very good conversation.
Yeah.
But I was gonna bring up how people look at me, bro, and they see me doing some of these things, but in reality, I'm not doing these things very, very good. Like at the sufficiency that I want to do them at, right? And you can agree with me
This
too.
hurts, man.
This is true.
I hate this.
We're doing a lot of things poorly. We could do a lot better.
Yes.
Okay, so that's just being honest. And we still had a lot of success. So I tell people, just because you struggle with things, just because you suck at certain things. Let's say you're terrible at going to sleep at time, you're drinking too much on the weekends, you smoke weed, you just do all these things that are going to get in the way of you being successful in the gym, successful financially, successful in relationships, successful in your faith, right? Let's say all these things are causing a negative input on your path to self-development.
So whatever you
Let me
want,
tell you
yeah.
something. Still try and still literally try to do these like just because you have all these bad things in your life doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Because
Yeah.
my first probably year of training, like getting back into it, I was drinking a decent amount with my friends. Like we would get together, we'd drink, and I would have plenty of drinks throughout the week, right? I wasn't being a dumbass really. I was just enjoying drinking with my friends. It was fun. But did I still make gains? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So like eventually, what's funny is as I got more and more serious and started to see more results, I started just naturally being like, you know what? I don't want to drink. Like, I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. Like, now I don't want to drink because it takes away from from my journey, from my path, from my competition, from who I want to be. Right? When I drink, it stops protein synthesis. My body doesn't heal the right way. It takes away 3 days of training from me if I drink a lot. You know what I mean? So it's just not worth my time. The friends that I hung out with eventually just got taken out of my life. Not on purpose. They just, I stopped hanging out with them. They stopped hitting me up. Stopped getting together. Same thing with everything. So I tell people, I'm like, just because you have things that aren't great in your life doesn't mean you're not trying. Like, bro, okay, keep drinking, but hit the gym. Like, get good at the gym. And in the process, you're going to let go of those bad habits. You're going to let go of terrible friends. You know, it's just
sometimes going cold turkey on things is tough.
It's
really
very tough to go cold turkey.
Because, okay, well, going cold turkey, for example, saying you hang out with your friends all the time, you drink a crazy amount. If you go cold turkey and hanging out with your friends, drinking, no more drinking, no more whatever, doing all this bad stuff that everybody's doing, degeneracy. Now you're in a spot in life where you have kind of nothing giving you dopamine, or like, I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
Dopamine crash should be so big that it can be more detrimental to you.
Yeah, and now that when you go, and then you can say, for example, go cold turkey on everything. Now you're gonna go to the gym, whatever. You're trying this out. You're gonna start eating healthy and stuff. It's gonna be so hard and so new and difficult to you that you're just gonna. It's a higher probability that you're gonna quit. And then when you quit, you're gonna go back to the stuff, but you're gonna go twice as hard on the bad stuff.
Like, man, I missed this shit.
You're probably already going so hard that you're like, dude, why'd I ever stop? Whatever. That was so stupid. Why'd I ever do that?
Dude.
You're going twice as hard now. You're gonna drink twice as much. You're gonna party twice as hard.
Yeah.
Do crazy things now. You're probably speeding now, like when you're drinking now. You're gonna do all the stupid things that you're like, man, it's crazy, bro.
No, I could relate to that so much. But anyways, I was talking about like when I was in high school, and I remember I would juul with my friends, and I would buy like the disposables and stuff, and like I'd quit for 3 months. When I came back, it was like you were talking about, like I like, dude, it was like that much worse almost, you know?
It was that much
so
better.
Like relapsing sometimes like is a lot worse than kind of like, hey, if you're showing something, like it's totally okay to not cold turkey right away. Like I understand that cold turkeying is hard, and it's okay if you don't cold turkey something that you've been struggling for years, you know? So I tell people that, like, it's fine.
And if you're going on a journey, like a very big journey, like the gym journey or something, or like starting a new business, it's fine if you cut down, like if you like start cutting down on the bad, like the worst things in life. But that's if you have the plan of eventually cutting it down so low that it'll be no problem for you to just cut it out.
Soda.
You know?
I drank so much soda for the longest time in my life when I was young, and like I can drink soda now and probably still look fine, but that's not the point. It's just very unhealthy for you. I went from really enjoying soda and really sugary drinks to now actually disliking it at all. I don't like them at all. But I'm not like, I'm never gonna drink soda again. If I crave a soda,
I'm gonna
like,
get a soda.
If I want a soda, I'm gonna have a soda. But my relationship is healthy with soda. Same thing with like alcohol. Same thing with some of these things. Like people have to understand, you have to have a relationship with things. Okay, you have to understand. Okay, what is my relationship with this item, with your phone, right? My bad right now, I don't have a good relationship with my phone. I'm on my phone too much.
Way too much.
But I'm being honest with myself, and I have to fix that. But my phone is never going to leave me for the rest of my life. Probably my phone's going to be there. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, man, but internet's going to be around. Your phone's
just
going to be around.
Get worse, dude.
Like,
it's just
how are you going to learn to have a relationship with that thing, you know? So all these things I'm just getting better at, and I think everybody should just start thinking about it that way. But that being said, you know what's funny? I took a month off Snapchat because I wanted to be alone, because I feel so connected with Snapchat, with the friends I know, and I wanted to be alone to just kind of focus on my craft. And it's funny because as soon as like I took a month off, bro, and just focus on the gym, focus on my business, my training, bro, like Inaka happened, all these things happened, like literally like at the end of that journey, which is crazy. And now I'm kind of feeling back in that mental rut, so I'm probably going to do the same thing again. Not because like
you're expecting
something to happen at the end,
but you just know how good it.
But that
feels.
mental clarity, bro, for a month where I'm not like in touch with my close friends. My real friends aren't never going to leave me. They understand that I need to be departed from them to like work on my craft. My real friends understand that, bro.
The real friends you don't have to see for like a month or two, and then next time you see them, it's like nothing happened.
Yeah, if your friend group doesn't see you for 2 weeks and they see you, they're like, "Where'd you go? Did you forget about us?" bro, what kind of friends are those?
Yeah.
If one of my friends says, hey, I need a month from everybody to focus on my craft, I'd be like, bro,
By
I
all
respect
means,
that.
bro.
Go
Yeah.
do it. Absolutely kill it. Come back and let me know how good that was for you. That's the
Come
type of
back
friend,
and convince me to do it now.
that's the type of friends you should have.
Yeah.
So my real friends know who I am. I have the real friends. You know what I mean? I'm not looking. That's the crazy thing too. I'm blessed to be in a position where I'm not looking for friends left and right.
Mm-hmm.
I got my friends.
You know what's funny? Most of my really good friends, I don't like. I barely text. I barely text on the phone.
Yeah.
I see them, and when we hang out, it's amazing. It's a
Yeah.
great time. But when I'm like texting them, it literally feels weird to text them, to have a conversation with them on text, because this is just weird, you know?
Yeah.
If they're asking me like a question or whatever, yeah, you text them. But like, it's not that Snapchat with the girl that you just continuously snap back and forth, that type of
Yeah.
relationship, you know? That's
100%.
just fake. That's just fake. That's not real.
I have different tiers of friends, of course, but like if one of my close friends forgets to wish me a happy birthday, promise you I'm not affected at all. Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, bro.
Yeah.
Like name me a close friend. Like let's say Mark Zaharchenko or what did I say for his full name? Or Andrew. Let's say like, bro, I forgot to tell Andrew happy birthday on December 19th. I know where his birthday is. I know when his birthday is. I forgot to say happy birthday to him. But like he didn't get affected whatsoever.
It's not gonna get butthurt.
You know what I mean?
He still
Like,
acknowledges that you are getting older.
David Mirza, our cousin, he didn't give me a happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of random people that I have close in my life
Yeah.
bro, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
They're
like,
still the same people to you. You know, they still care about
so
you.
it's funny how like literally the closer you are to people, the more you can be like
Okay with things.
like that, you know. And I'm okay with literally not being with my real true friends for a while and came back to them after I've accomplished things. So that's why when I say, hey, I'm gonna take off a month off Snapchat, like it doesn't do any detrimental damage to my real friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And
honestly,
you know
it
what I
helps
mean?
you find your real friendships.
Yeah.
If it helps you have a clear mind of who actually cares for you and who actually is going to be there to support you. And when you come back, that they're not going to treat you like a bag of potatoes. You know, you're just you're going to be like the same person to them, but only better because you just went through that experience.
Right. I tell people like, hey, you're in touch with a lot of people. Take some time off Snapchat or Instagram or social media in general. Of course, my Instagram is my business, so I have to keep going. Don't at me here. But if I take time off Snapchat, out of all the people that I'm Snapchatting right now, let's say it's 20 people or 30 people, whatever. How many of those people are going to reach out to me on text or DMs and be like, hey, bro, you okay? I noticed that you are not talking to me. Probably zero. Sorry to say it. It's probably zero because I've done it before and nobody reached out to me. Like, so I'm not special and you're not special either, my friend.
Yeah. You're only special for yourself. That's about it.
All those superficial relationships, like, don't get lost in the sauce, my boy.
Because you know what? Once they find a better friend, they're going to hang out with them.
Yeah.
No offense.
Build true friendships, real friendships.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give an example of like a friendship that I've made recently that has been like really dope. And it's like Charlie, for example. We've become good friends with Charlie.
Yep.
And like
great guy.
He's just a chill ass dude, real dude, and like I think we connect with him because he's real.
And he's an inspiration, bro.
And like we don't have to Snapchat, we don't have to stay in touch. Like I don't have to whatever. He's just a real dude. We're like friends, you know, and it's dope. And I like that. I wanna have a life where I'm surrounded, or where I know that I have friends like that. Like I know people that are true friends. Like there's no strings attached. There's no commitments. There's no, dude. I've had situations in my life when I was younger where my friends have said, "Bro, I've done this for you, and I can't believe you can't do this for me right now." As soon as somebody says that, take them out of your life. I don't care how long your history goes. As soon as somebody pins you against something they've done for you earlier, whatever, get them out of your life. I've done things for people, and if you're only doing things to expect something in return later on, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
You're doing it for yourself.
And if you feel like as a person, as a friend, have helped another friend or another individual to a level where you, let's say in the future, they treat you so differently than the amount of energy and love that you've given them, then okay, you look at that and make your decision. Does it make sense for me to give love and energy to that person?
You don't have to not be friends with them. Just
no, but I'm saying,
down.
you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So
that's what I'm saying.
it goes both ways. You know, if somebody's pinning you against what they've done to you to keep you to a certain way, and it's kind of like in a whoa, what really, bro, type way, then evaluate friendships. Evaluate your friendships in life.
I like that. That's good.
You know?
Yep. Because those are the most important people. The people that are around you the most are the most influential to you because they're the ones that are going to shift how you think and shift how you act. And that could be very detrimental.
Yeah. And listen, as you grow as a person, and I've noticed this in my life, I'm speaking from experience here. As you grow as a person, and it's crazy because we spoke about this earlier, still don't even have the confidence of who I want to be really, who I want to really show off. I know who that is. I just have a hard time showing it and people seeing it because I'm scared of the way people are going to view me. Anyways, as I have grown in my life and the value that I can bring to the table has increased, my ability to have friends and keep friends and my ability to, I guess, to be my dude, I can't explain this. When I'm in a group,
Just break it down.
When I'm with a group of people, now, I know what value I bring to the table, and I never have to second doubt that. It doesn't feel like I have to prove something, really. You know what I mean? Most of the time. Of course, there's times where that doesn't really happen, but
Yeah, if you're around a bunch of millionaires.
But it's interesting because, like, if you have value, so I have friends that are significantly wealthier than me, but there's other value that I bring to the table that they respect. They respect to a high level, which is amazing. And, like, I respect them to a high level in other areas. And you as an individual have to find what you're very good at, what you can be good at, keep getting better at, so then that value that you bring is special to you. There's some friends that are so funny that nobody else will compare to them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nobody can compare to Mark, my friend Mark. Like, nobody can compare to him.
He's the funniest guy.
He's just like, that's him, bro. Like, nobody can compare to another friend that I have or this other friend. That, like, you have to be that person as you're growing. Like, find who you are, grow in that level, in that area, you know, and that's the value you're going to bring to the table.
100%. I like that.
And that's what's going to get you furthest in life. And I'm starting to realize that. And that's why I'm kind of in this identity crisis. I'm like, who am I? Who am I, bro? Like, I know who I am, but, like, I want to be 1,000% confident, which is the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Hattie,
mm-hmm.
he brought up a really good point in one of the podcasts he had with Alex. And this was maybe like a year ago or something. But he said, who you are today is similar, like, he said it was the same. I disagree with that because I think we all changed throughout the years. But
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Saying, like,
we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, like, you are that person already. Like, let's say you're going to be at 1 million followers next year. What changes between you now and you next year? Nothing, bro.
Experiences, that's it.
But the flowers are given to you next year. Yeah. So you as an individual, as me as an individual, I have to understand that my time will come. Yep. And so will yours, and our flowers will be given to us. But until then, like, just keep working at it. Keep bringing that value.
I like that, yeah. And it's a really funny concept, man. Even when I was, like, say, like, I don't know, like 14, I'm, like, thinking in my bed, I'm like, I have, like, the same mind as I was when I was 8. And I'll have the same mind when I'm 40.
Disagree with that, bro.
Not the same, mind. Like,
yeah,
like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
okay. But you know what's okay?
The same voice in my head.
Yeah, same voice in your head. Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I meant.
But, bro, you know what's crazy? So, how much do you remember from 3rd grade?
Just flashes.
Just flashes. Memory. When you were in 5th grade, how much did you remember of 3rd grade? You remembered everything. Mm-hmm. Okay? Right now, you remember everything from junior year. Like, you could remember junior year. Like, you know what I mean? In 5 years, you're going to look back and be like, yo, junior year, flashes.
In 5th grade? Nothing.
Yeah.
5th grade?
It's just like dreams, bro.
Yeah.
So, I'm telling you this because it's true. So, when I'm going to be 30, bro, 21 will be flashes, bro. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah.
But I can look back at that last year and be like, yo, I remember everything.
Yeah, all the experiences and stuff.
You, as a person, become a new person like every 6 years. Don't quote me on that. I think it's about every 6 years. Because every single cell in your body has already duplicated. So you're a completely different person. Mm-hmm. Your brain, every X amount of years, look, as we're talking about, you start to lose these things. So you have to never forget what your true core integrity is.
Mm-hmm. People change over time because they forget about.
People change. Yeah. You're literally a different person every X amount of years.
Yeah.
But that's crazy to me. So it's like in that process of change, like how do you remain on the right path?
That's the hardest thing.
It's crazy, man.
I feel like that's something that, wow, that's tough. That's tough. It's tough to think about. What I was talking about is that like the way you like, it's really complicated to explain. It's not that you'll remember everything and you'll like think about computers the same when you're 40. I'm saying that same voice in your head is still gonna be talking to you the same way. Of course,
and that's never gonna go away.
And that's crazy to me, I think.
Yeah.
You know that game that was really popular, and it's literally just called The Game, and the game the whole point of the game is that the next time you think about the game, it continues.
That's just the game.
The whole game is that next time I think about the game. Last time I thought about the game was probably like a month ago.
So
And before that was probably like a week ago.
So that you're playing the game?
Now, the game, I just lost the game. Because I remembered it. So I can go on.
Like see how long you can go.
And it'll never end because it's not physical. I can go a year and just randomly think about the game.
And, then like, now the game is lost.
I just lost. And you know, it's forever going. And that's crazy to me because, for example, that has a little spot in my head now because it's like, oh, the game, you know, this and that. Imagine you set yourself up in a way where your morals or something, or like something that's so important to you is so powerful that it'll just come up to you randomly without even thinking.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But like I love the game. The game. It's nothing. It's not even, there's no rules. There's nothing to it. It's just, I thought about it today for the first time in a long time.
It's an interesting game, my boy.
Now you'll never forget about the game because now you're going to think about it in like a month or two.
Why would you put that in me?
Because I'm suffering from the game.
Because
now
I'm
suffering. Now you'll suffer for the game.
This was a good conversation, though. I really enjoyed today's conversation.
This was good.
Hopefully next time we have a conversation next week, we could be like, bro,
we did this.
We're one step closer in figuring out that whole confidence thing, you know?
Yeah.
That whole content thing, that whole who we are thing.
I have like the 3 a.m. motivation right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. I like the 3 a.m. motivation.
Yeah, until you wake up, you're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So that concludes our conversation.
Thank you all for listening. If you guys made it this far,
we love you. Lot. It's crazy that there's a couple of people that come back. There's definitely people that come back every week, and we like just it means so much to us.
Yeah, and that's crazy to us because we're just here rambling about anything.
Yeah,
and you guys are here to listen. That means a lot, man.
I love you for that.
Honestly,
I love you.
We love you.
I love you for that.
We all love you.
And look, guys, I'm gonna keep finding who I am.
We all
real,
find
the real Ven. This is the real
deserve.
This is where you find the real us. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can post a picture of myself and no one knows anything about me. This is where I talk about how I feel, how I look at things, how my experiences, everything, man. This is it. If you want to get to know us, just keep listening to these, man. They're coming out every Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
Every single Wednesday this year.
For the rest of our lives.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. Until then, be blessed. We love y'all. Peace.
God bless.